here, you got to look there.
Endeavor flight work.
So once you push nav, now we confirm FMS VEC, and now we are ready for our vectors to final approach.
Now 133.4, good day.
Now the only other piece of this is once we get cleared the approach. When we get cleared the approach, what did Pavlov's dog do?
Push the approach button.
That's what you do. Now the only extra part is we got to push that. And it doesn't matter which order you do it in. This one or that or this, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Now the funny thing is you got it at 160, and I think that's what you're comfortable with, 160 flaps up.
Yeah.
I like to play the game. When glide path comes alive and it's time to throw the gear down, I grab the gear handle and I look. And I wait till it says 60 and I go throw it down, because that's when the auto throttles kick off. And I got 60 without touching the throttles. It's just a little game I play with myself.
Attention all aircraft has
there's little things I like to challenge myself with. That's one of them. See if I can nail 60 right off.
Yankee uniform, 5 miles from Semka, turn left heading 200, maintain 9,000 till established on the final approach course cleared. RNAV Yankee, runway 17 right approach.
Left 200, maintain 9,000, cleared for the approach to Yankee uniform.
Pass alive.
Saw that. Looking for 60 up there. I'll play your game.
Alright, so here's a factor. Here's a factor. We're waiting for this to capture here, because if this goes below, this won't capture. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So we got to get ready to go down.
Pitch wheel?
Yeah, but remember, we're cleared to 9,000 now, so we can do that right now. That 9,000 altitude change. Go down. Notice how it's not capturing the glide path, even though it's centered. That 9,000. Actually 8,700 now, because your EI is centered, which means you're established. And even though we're turning, this hasn't activated, so GP will still not capture.
Okay. Now it's flashing.
Now FMS approach is good. Now this is really armed, and that will capture when it comes in.
Okay. Gear is down. We got flaps to go. We'll go ahead and put those in. GP doesn't change green until
it gets centered. Yep.
We're a little slow, I think, because I put the gear at about 57.
You're fine. Now GP is captured. Now one of the things that...
Yankee uniform, contact tower, 119.9.
Going to tower, 2 Yankee uniform. He's going to ask how will this approach terminate?
Low push.
Same thing. Yep. Okay. Springs tower, Eclipse 2 Yankee uniform, RNAV 17 right.
Eclipse 2 Yankee uniform, Springs tower, runway 17 right, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, 2 Yankee uniform. We're a little slow, so gee, I don't know if I could handle that.
Fly those wingtips. See if you can fly the wingtips, eye doctor, by looking at the wingtips at the same time. Both wingtips at the same time. I bet you can. You got it. Your eyes have to focus their shift, one side or the other.
Flight design 9 Charlie Tango, 17 left, clear for the option.
A good distraction technique.
17 left, 3500 Charlie Tango.
Okay, full flaps?
Sure. On the missed approach, nothing's changed procedurally, other than your left hand is now engaged. Your eyeballs are engaged.
Feet to go.
Approaching minimums.
Those wingtips.
Minimums.
line's already up there, push nav. There's 120. And away you go. And if you want, now your autopilot works. And auto throttles. Bingo. They set MCT for you automatically. And away we go. And then you aviate what you've done, navigate what you've done. Now communicate, tell him you're missed approach.
He knows that, right?
Not necessarily, because you'd be in the weather. He never saw you come out.
You really want me to talk to him?
Or just say we're missed approach.
2 Yankee uniforms, missed approach.
Clip C, uniform, roger that, contact departure.
Departure 2 Yankee uniform.
That's what I wanted him to do.
Check the transponder on.
You talking to me?
Not sure, but it's on.
Springs departure, Eclipse 2 Yankee uniform, 8,600.
Eclipse 2 Yankee uniform, Springs departure, radar contact, turn left heading 080, vector GPS, runway 17 right approach, verify full stop.
Left is 080, and we'll follow this approach with ILS 17 left, circle to land on 13.
November 2 Yankee uniform, roger.
And that approach will be to a full stop.
Eclipse 2 Yankee uniform, climb out instructions remain the same.
Same climb out to the Yankee uniform.
Cessna 567 Juliet Whiskey, Springs departure, radar contact.
All right, so you have a right pylon overheat, red cast message.
Eclipse 2 Yankee uniform, turn left heading 350.
Left 350 to Yankee uniform.
Spring approach, Houston, 6431 Charlie.
Notice a little gotcha. When you pressed intercept,
November 6134 Charlie.
sync the heading bug to what your heading was at the time.
Traffic.
Wait a
traffic.
second, I'm not sure what our heading's supposed to be.
350.
At about 4 southeast of Meadow Lake.
But what I'm getting at is you just saw a gotcha in the system, which is when you're in heading mode and you program intercept with that menu select. When the moment you press it, it automatically syncs the heading bug to your current heading. And so if you're in a turn, it's going to roll out.
Andy 06, roger, expect runway 17.
Okay, we got a pylon overheat.
Yep.
Turn right heading 180.
And all it says is left or right pylon overheat detected. Pylon temp is displayed on pressure page.
Sure, on that page it does.
Pressure, okay.
Cardinal 34423 is
And that
currently
temperature pylon is in the red, whatever that temperature is.
Okay.
4423 Springs departure, radar contact, resume.
Does
No
it-
instructions.
Does that say end of procedure?
Vandy 06, verify you do want the localizer.
Does it say end of procedure?
Back to radar.
No, it doesn't. Oh, here we go. Okay, throttle reduce as necessary. We'll take auto throttles off.
Correction, turn right 180, intercept the localizer.
The right pylon overheat, so we'll pull the right throttle back.
Yep, and while that throttle's been back now it's been 2 minutes since you pulled it to idle, that red cast message still there.
Okay.
Springs approach, flighting 33.
Engine selector off.
All right, let's consider that engine shut down now.
Land as soon as possible. That landing.
Vandy 06 on the go.
Landing, halt, pressure page, destination change, we're good.
This frequency.
Seat belts are set, fog, altimeter good, landing lights, everything's still good. Airspeed VYSE, minimum I presume.
That's what it says, doesn't it?
Yes.
You don't have to presume it.
Okay. Weight and balance, confirm, accepted, ops page. It is.
31 Charlie.
November 31 Charlie.
I don't understand why that's in there.
What's that?
Weight and balance,
Yeah,
confirm, accepted.
this checklist is now your normal checklist.
Oh,
This is your approach and descent check, everything right through before landing all the way to the ground.
okay.
So you don't have to get out in your normal.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Okay.
Verify your call.
So at this point, I'm going to tell tower we got a problem, and we need to be number 1 to land.
Betcha. Declare an emergency. We're coming in, baby.
November 31 Charlie, roger.
And you did that, and tower said,
Vandy 0.
emergency trucks are standing by. You have priority. This will be vectors for the RNAV runway 17 right.
Just going to maintain 2000.
Be advised, the weather is at 200-foot overcast and 1 mile visibility.
Vandy 06, 10 miles from Rock, cleared island.
What are the odds we're going to actually break out based on the approach plate?
Pretty well, it's right there. We're going to be right there in the base.
How can you tell?
November 31 Charlie.
Just 200 foot.
Yep. And it said 1 mile visibility.
Okay, yeah.
So we've got enough. This should get us there, but it's on the hairy edge.
And let's say he says we have an indefinite ceiling reported, estimated to be one possibly 100-foot ceiling with RVR of 1,200 feet. Would you go all the way down to Pueblo and land with right pylon overheat, or would you take your chances?
I would, depending on how confident I was, and I would probably have a conversation with the tower controller to say, is that really the weather? Have you had an airplane come in and give you a PIREP, and how long ago? And you know, I'd really ask him a lot about how confident you are of that weather. If he's confident, and there's been airplanes in, they went missed approach, didn't see the